Alright, good morning to the beautiful ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. Today I'm going to be focusing on how I make my brisket, and we're going to be making some like San Antonio Brisket Enchiladas later with said brisket that I make today. With that being said, I smoke my brisket for about 5 to 6 hours. I have about a 10.5 pound piece of meat in my fridge right now that I got to take out and get ready. First, I gave the dog a bath because she went to the bathroom in her kennel again. So, trying to figure that all out. She's doing that again. I don't know why, but she is. But I gotta take out the meat, wash off all the blood because I just don't like it on my meat, and you know, get the grill set up, and then yeah, it's real easy. I do a real basic thing. I just do salt and pepper on mine. Unless I'm trying to go for flavor. If I'm just trying to let the meat shine itself, like I said, I just do salt and pepper. But if I'm trying to do like a different flavor, I'll add in, you know, whatever I need to get the desired flavor I'm going for. After I'm gonna smoke, so my plan is I'm gonna smoke it for about 5.5 to 6 hours, depending on how long it takes for it to get nice and tender and soft. I'm gonna let it rest for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And then we're going to begin to start cooking the enchiladas. The enchiladas are going to take about, I think, like 40 minutes of cook time, and it's like 20 minutes or so of preparing time. So I'm going to do that. So we're probably looking at having dinner right around 6:30 or 7 if I get this meat on the grill here in the next, 20-30 minutes or so. So that's the goal. So yeah, we got to make this happen. But first, like I said, I got to take care of the dog. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, so as you can see, I got my nice 10.5 pound piece of meat. Yeah, I rinsed it off just now, and it covers up a good size of cookie tray. Just gonna use some salt and pepper. Brands don't really matter, just as long as you do salt and pepper. Now, what I like to do is I like to put it on both sides of the meat before I fire up the grill. That way it gives the grill time to heat up and whatnot, and while it's heating up, it allows the salt and pepper to kind of work its way in just a little bit. So I'm gonna do that real quick right now. All right, nice even layer of salt and pepper on both sides of the meat here, and now it's time to go fire up the grill. All right, so the grill is lit. I have that little tray in the middle. That way I can put my apple juice in, and that way it helps create moisture, and then with the apple juice it'll help it be flavorful. I'm also going to use wood pellets this time. These here, they're hickory flavored. Oh, there you go. These here, they're hickory flavored. No soaking, rinsing required. I have apple wood chips, but I only have one bag, and I don't think that's going to last me long enough. So I'd have to get more, and I might use them for the pork shoulder that I'm going to be doing on Saturday. I'm looking forward to that too. That's going to be fun. That's going to be the biggest piece of meat I've ever grilled. 14.5 pounds. So this is going to be fun. This 10 pound brisket, 10.5 pound brisket, I think it's 10 pounds. That or 10.5. I don't know. Anyways, this is about the biggest piece I've done so far. I've done another 10 pound one a couple months ago. I'm pretty sure I filmed it for you guys too, but I didn't really film the process of it. So gonna let the heat die off there and let them, or not the heat, the flames die off there, and let them kind of just turn into their coals that they're supposed to turn into. And then I will put the meat on after pouring the apple juice into that tray there. So that's kind of the process we're waiting for here. We're waiting for the grill to turn into the charcoal grill instead of a fire grill. Oh, one quick thing while I'm waiting for the flames to die down and for the coals to turn into coal. With that sauce pan that I had in the middle there, you can put water in there, you can put beer in there, Dr. Pepper, apple juice. I've used all of these. They all flavor your meats differently, and they all taste great just depending on what the flavor you're going for. This time I'm going to use apple juice. I was going to use Coronas, but then I looked in the fridge and I don't really have enough Coronas because I'm going for a enchiladas, like I said, tonight. So that would, be fun. Corona beer, Mexican beer with a kind of like a Mexican dish. Makes sense. But also, it doesn't require all of this meat for the enchiladas. So I decided to do apple juice, so that way I can just have regular brisket too and throw some barbecue sauce on the side and, you know, eat that on a different day when I'm not eating the enchiladas. But yeah, with that saucepan you can put literally whatever you want in there that you think would flavor great with the type of seasoning that you're having on your meat. And yeah, it adds a nice complement and helps, like I said, keep the moisture in there, and it helps kind of keep the temperature down just a little bit so it doesn't get too hot, because when you're smoking you want the temperature to be anywhere in the range of 200 to 250, no more than 3, depending on the size of meat and the time you need to cook. So that's kind of the ballpark range, and that with that moisture in there, it'll help kind of keep it down, but it'll also add moisture into the meat as it's cooking to help it kind of be nice and delicate and fall apart, if you will. So that's just a little sidebar I wanted to throw in there real quick. All right, so it is heated up to the right temperature. I got a special grate where I can go like this and add more charcoal and wood chips, which I'm going to do here in a second. And then I'm going to throw the meat on, that way it can cook. As you can see, some of the old wood chips that were left in there are kind of smoking at the moment. But the apple juice is in there, and I'm about to add the wood chips and meat. I want to add a fair amount so that way it adds a nice smoke. Alright, as you can see, they're starting to smoke. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a nice coat of water to the brisket. I gotta pump my little thing a little more. Hold on. But I'm gonna add a nice little coat to it to help, again, with the moisture level. And then when I place the meat, I want to put this side, the fatty side, down, and I'm going to cook it like that the whole time. Well, there we go. Water on. I'll add the water to the other side once I put it on, but I'm going to go put it on real quick. And now I'm adding the nice coat of water on this side because the fat side's down. And then I am ready to let that just bloop, sit. Just like that. And the time stamp for today, right now, is when my phone wants to turn on, 11:28. So I'm gonna come back out here at about 12:30 to check on it, add some more wood chips if need be. I'm gonna come and check about every hour to hour and a half. But right around the 4-hour mark is when I'm gonna take it off the grill, spray some more water on it, both sides, wrap it a couple times in aluminum foil, and then put it in, because that'll really help with it being nice and tender. Right now what I'm doing is called creating the bark, and it's that nice smoky crust on the outside of the meat and kind of penetrates the fat a little bit and just gives it that good smoky flavor. Once it reaches a certain level, which is the bark, it won't really absorb any more smoke, and you're just kind of cooking it now instead of just smoking it. So the goal after that is I will put my top grate back in that lifts it off the flame some, and like I said, wrap it in foil, put it on there for another hour and a half, 2 hours, until, like, if I poke the foil on the top, it kind of feels like a big old marshmallow. That's the goal there. And then once I do that, I'm gonna pull the meat off the grill. I'm gonna put it in one of my coolers, my clean coolers, dry, nothing inside. I'm gonna let it sit in a cooler for about an hour and a half. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna get the enchilada stuff ready. So now it's the waiting time. While I'm waiting for this to cook, I'm gonna go edit the video for yesterday. So yeah. All right, so we just hit the hour mark. Let's take a peek. Ooh, that looks good. Getting a nice little smoke going on there. It's kind of cool on this side. I want it to be warmer. It's warm on this side, so we'll leave it closed for now. Probably come out and check in the next 30 minutes and see how the heat's doing. If it starts dying out, I'll heat up some more. That was my alarm going off. Let me know it's been an hour. Heat up some more coals, so that way we can, you know, get the heat going and back up. But it still feels, I mean, coming out the top here, feels good. So we'll check on it. We'll keep checking on it, make sure it's warm and cooking. I'm looking forward to this. This is gonna be good. All right, as the day progressed, I had to switch to my straw hat because my felt hat was getting too hot. It's getting hot out right now. It looked like it was gonna be a cool kind of overcasty rainy day, and all of a sudden the sun poked out and got hot, so I switched. But I'm heating up some more charcoal to put, excuse me, that's my phone, texting the wifey, put on this side of the grill. As you can see, it's open. But look at that. Doesn't that just look amazing? Oh my goodness. I gotta put it on that side because there's basically no heat going on. And if you're not too familiar with barbecuing tools and your grill with charcoal, this thing is amazing. It's a little charcoal chimney. What you do is you fill it up like so with your charcoal, and you light it, and you just let it go until the flame dies out. When the flame dies out, you got nice beautiful hot briquettes to put on your grill instead of trying to put it in your grill and hope that it's, you know, enough to stay warm and stuff. This sets it up perfectly, that there's enough air circulation going in, and it just gets the heat that it needs without having to try, like I said, to worry about making sure that it's got enough airflow in your grill or whatnot. It's just another cool little tool you can use to help get a nice good flame and get your briquettes lit nice and evenly. So strongly recommend one. But I'm waiting for this flame to die out, and then I'm gonna put it on the side, like I said, to get an even flame going, because there's fire on the other side, well, heat from the other side, but nothing on the right side there. So I want to get it nice and evenly cooked, of course. But we're about 2 hours in, a little over, maybe like 2 hours and 10 minutes or so in to it. It's looking great. I'm probably gonna go another 2 hours the way it looks, maybe an hour and a half, before I wrap it in foil and get it going that way and put it on the top rack and whatnot, to really let it to just melt, if you will. But we're still working on that bark, and it's coming along very well. All right, coal's been added. That's what I want to see right there. Smoke. Beautiful. Time to start the timer. Probably could go for another hour before I check on it this time. So let's see. It is currently 2:05, so I'll check it again at 3:05. Let me set my timer real quick. Let's see, 1 hour. Oh, wrong way. Boom. 1 hour. Started. And then come back out, check on it, see how the nice bark is doing, and maybe add some more wood chips if need be. If not, then I'll leave it. Oh, that smells so good. It's just salt and pepper, but it smells so good. It's got mesquite flavored wood pellets. I'm not using chips like I said earlier, I'm using wood pellets, just because it's a little easier to do. So if I had to soak your wood chips, it does about the same thing. It's just one less step, and you can just grab it and throw it on instead of having to let them smoke, or soak rather. And then, you know, just regular old grill, briquettes and apple juice. So this is gonna be delicious. I am looking forward to this, man. It's so good. All right, so switch back to my felt hat, because I don't know if you can see without getting my camera wet. We have a storm that rolled in, and it's starting to rain. So I don't want to ruin my straw hat, so I'm wearing my felt hat now. What I'm about to do is I'm about to put foil onto here and bring the piece of meat over and put it on the foil. And then you got to moisten the side that you got to moisten both sides again, and it helps kind of, you know, make it nice and tender. So I'm gonna do that real quick and then get it on. I'm gonna try and do this real quick because it's raining. Like currently as I'm talking right now, it's raining. So here we go. All right, so as you can see, I have my brisket laying in the foil. I got this side wet before I laid it in, just so it's easier. I'm gonna spray this side real quick with some water. Get it nice and wet again. I already put my top rack in my Weber back, and now I just gotta wrap it. Now I'm gonna stop recording when I wrap it, because no one likes to hear the sound of crunching aluminum. So I'm gonna work on that real quick. All right, so we are on to the final stage of smoking this brisket, which happens to be taking it off the bobby and putting it inside the cooler so that way it can rest. I'm gonna let it rest for about an hour. So that puts me at 6:30, 6:45-ish, depending on when I can get it out and do it. and then from there I'm going to look at the recipe on the enchiladas and start doing those. So it's gonna rest about an hour. We're probably gonna have a dinner right around 7:30 like I planned, which is good. Man, now that it's not raining anymore and it's just cool out, it feels good out here. It's hot in my house, I'm like sweating. Ugh. But yeah, I'm gonna get this meat off now. Alright, so the next step in the enchiladas is I gotta get these nice and cooked so they're charred a little bit and soft. Rotating them in there every now and again. They're just onions and tomatoes with olive oil on them. And I'm gonna blend up some of them, or blend up all the tomatoes and about half the onion, and then chop up the other half the onion and put it as like a sauce. I'm gonna put some other stuff in the sauce as well. I also got the dried chilies inside where they are kind of de-drying, rehydrating. There you go, that's the word I was thinking of. So yep, that's the next step. The brisket's resting at the moment, trying to run around and do some stuff. So whatever I miss filming, I will make it up by telling y'all. But I'm trying to run around and get this done because it's like speed time now. All right, enchiladas are on. Now you can see me. Hi, babe.
Hi.
Enchiladas are on. They are covered in a very generous amount of cheese.
Yeah.
It's got the smoked brisket inside. It's got the sauce all in it. So the sauce is composed of ancho peppers, dried peppers, California dried peppers, cinnamon, cumin, salt, pepper, and oregano, all blended up into the blender, right? And onion slices and tomato, all blended up into the blender and then poured into the pan to create your nice little layer on the bottom. And then you put your tortilla, you get your tortilla, you put it on the thing, and then you put a little bit of sauce enough to cover the entire tortilla with sauce, and then you put the meat, onion, and pepper jack mix, shredded meat that is, into a bowl and mix it all together so it's all together. And then you take that and you put enough into a tortilla right down the middle, roll that up, throw that in. You do that until your tray's full. And then what we did is, because we had extra meat left over, we threw the sauce on like you're supposed to. Then we threw a layer, or we threw the rest of the pepper jack cheese on there, which is about 4 ounces. So there's a total of 8 ounces of pepper jack cheese and like 8 ounces of cheddar cheese. There's a lot of cheese in there, on there. And then we put the rest of the meat, onion, and cheese mix over the top. And then we put the cheddar cheese, all the cheddar cheese over top like you're supposed to. That's gonna cook on medium heat with the foil lid on it for about 20 minutes or so. Once that is done cooking, then, or once that is done with the 20 minutes, then I will remove said lid and cook it for a little bit longer until the cheese and everything's kind of bubbling on top. And then pull it off, let it rest for a minute while we fry up some eggs over easy and serve with eggs on top with sour cream and scallions as a garnish. That is our meal. When it is done, all ready for me to show you, I will show you. And yeah, so when you guys see this, the clock will fast forward right about now. All right, as you can see, we got our enchiladas off the grill. Now it's time to fry up some eggs and plate and enjoy. So I'll see you when I plate it and let you know how it tastes. I'm sure it's gonna taste friggin' amazing. And there you have it, folks. We got our 2 eggs here, sour cream, enchiladas underneath, scallions, everything there. On a beautiful Elsa plate, because that's the only paper plates we have at the moment. So yeah, I am excited about this, and I am going to eat this and enjoy this, and then I will give you guys a fair review. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a good review. So looking forward to enjoying it, and I will see you guys when I'm done eating. All right, so come on, focus, there we go. So all done eating. It is delicious. I was relatively hungry before eating the food.
Hi.
I love you. I say, look at this cute little purple balloon.
You're
That's
cute.
the mama.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing a balloon show.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and you need to watch me when I do a balloon show.
Oh, but Daddy's gonna talk to him real quick.
Okay, bye.
Bye. So I made 8 enchiladas. My enchiladas, if you're not familiar, I'm talking about just individual tortilla rolls of the filling and whatnot. Made 8 total within a 9x13 barbecue safe baking pan, just basically one of those aluminum foil ones that you usually make like lasagnas in or whatever. One of those. Made 8 of them. I was relatively hungry, like I said, and honestly, I was only able to eat 1, maybe. And they're insanely filling. Super good, insanely filling. So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap today's video up, seeing that it is 9:12 at night. I'm getting pretty tired and I still gotta practice my guitar. So I will catch you guys later. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I post these type of videos every now and again. Seems like more often than not. We still got the decorations up because her birthday is not yet. But I'll also post, this is what I'm using as far as like the cookbook that I'm using. I'm getting all these recipes from. That's the one I'm using. I'll try and find it on like Amazon or something, and I'll post a link down below for you guys so that way you can get it if you want to. Yeah. Saturday, stay tuned for Saturday. Like I said earlier, I'm gonna be making a 14.5-pound pork shoulder, shredded pork from that cookbook I just showed you, and I'm anticipating it to be magically delicious. All right, guys, so I'll see you later. Again, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. Hit that thumbs up button if you liked it. Also, drop me a comment. Drop me a comment down below if you ended up making what I made today, and let me know how it came out for you and how you guys enjoyed it.
And put the subscribe button to see our new video.
That's right. Can you tell she's been watching YouTube and hearing me talk about it? I lost my train of thought because she's so cute. But anyways, hit that up. Also check me out on Twitter and Instagram. The links are down below in the description. All you gotta do is just scroll down and click on them and they'll take you right to my page. Or if you go to my YouTube homepage by clicking on my little icon just below this video right next to that subscribe button, if you click on that, it'll take you to my page. You can see all the rest of my content. You can also subscribe from there and hit the notification bell from there. But up in the top, right hand corner, opposite of my profile picture, you'll be able to click on the little Twitter looking thing that says follow me on Twitter, and the Instagram one right next to it. You'll be able to click on that, and that'll also lead you directly to my Instagram and Twitter page as well. Follow me there. I'm trying to start to post more often, so we're getting there. All right, guys, again, thank you, and I will see you later.